Hi everyone, it's Natalie here, and I wanted to show you through the November release from Neat and Tangled. This is the last release of the year, and so it is filled with a lot of seasonal releases, lots of stamp sets, lots of die sets, and a stencil as well. This is not all, there's more to show you, and so yeah, I wanted to show you them all individually. There's some really fun stuff here, and I'm going to start off with one of the most fun of all. It's a penguin die. Now it comes with all these little pieces here, and you can see that there's obviously this main shape of the penguin and his little outline of his face. This little one is to cut out some eyes, so you pop that on that little piece and cut out his eyes. He's got a feet, a nose, and a little bow tie as well, and when you cut them all out and pop them all together, he looks a little bit like this. And see how his arms are super long, longer than what you would expect. It's so that you can do this, right? So you can fold them over and roll them up, and he will fit a lollipop or a pencil or a candy cane or a lip balm, or something long and thin in his hands, and that makes him super cute and super useful. I've put him on a couple of extra little tags here as well, carrying his lollipops, or these ones look perhaps a little bit more girly. So this little cute penguin die has so many uses and will be super fun for adding to your Christmas projects this year. Or of course, it would be perfect for all year round, really, birthday presents, etc. So there's that penguin die. And if we're going to talk about standalone dies that we've got in this release, then let me show you another one. Sorry, there's lots and lots of pieces to this one. I've got them all out ready to go. This is the triangle box die. Now, if I just remove, all of these pieces come together. These are all in the same set. As you can see, there's this main part of the triangle box, and it's really easy when you cut that piece out of cardstock or paper. Fold everything inwards, and they come together really nicely and create a super cute little gift box in a triangle shape, which then you can help decorate. So there's 3 different size triangles, which of course will fit perfectly on here, and you could stack them and layer them up. And then there's these sort of side pieces, which will fit perfectly on the sides, and banners, and other smaller banners, so lots and lots of possibilities. And you can see that what I'm doing here is I have gotten super crazy, and so they open up really easily and fit together really nicely. This is number 18, so can you imagine what I'm doing? I have made, ready, 25 of them. And this is going to be like my advent calendar for one of my kids for this year. So yeah, and you know what, 25 of these didn't take me very long at all. Like, I literally did this in a night, and I've just kept it really super simple just by adding the one triangle here and stuck those numbers on, and that was really easy just to sit in front of the TV and do that project. So that is the triangle box die. Now pack up all of these little pieces and move this to one side, because there is one other standalone die. That's our cover plate die for this release. It's the Fa La 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 die, and you can see that it's just covered in these really nice and intricate and delicate fa la las. And when you cut that out, it's going to make a really great background piece. And to show you, let me show you. Here's a card that I've made with that as a backing piece. And really fun, right? But can't you just imagine, then cutting maybe a tag out of this, layering it up with different colors, like lots and lots of possibilities, and really fun. So that's the cover plate die for this release. Now, if you really love the Fa La La, it also comes in stencil form. So awesome. And I've just, to show you one possibility, I've just did this little example. This, I just used some texture paste through the stencil, really easy. And then again, I'm just imagining cutting this out, or of course, putting lots of different pieces on top and building up this scene with that in the background. Or, you know, it's really kind of cool just by itself. So I'm also imagining you could really do a nice, simple, straightforward card, have this as the background, and then literally just add, like, I'm thinking a bell or a sentiment, something, a bow, really easy. And you could definitely make them in bulk to create all your Christmas cards really nice and easy. So stencil and die in that same pattern. Now, if you saw, of course, on this card, there's some other little bits in here. So let me show you the stamp releases for this month. I have used on this card the Stay Cool stamp set. It comes with a little, you know, bundled up, rugged up little girls on her polar bear, or here she is fishing, and here she is with her sled. And you can see I've used, there's a little present here, and I've stacked them up as well, because of course the stamp set does come with matching dies to cut out all of the pieces as well. So let me quickly stamp some of those out, some of the other possibilities. Oh, and I do have this other one. I do have another card made with the same stamp set. So there she is on her polar bear, and this time I've cut the penguin out, and the sentiments here, because there's the big word cool, which has the die, and then there's I think you're cool, or you could do sending cool hugs, or the stay cool, or cool winter wishes. There's also stay warm. There's a little warm here as well. So let me quickly just stamp a couple of these, because I always think it makes a difference. I don't know about you, but I think it makes a difference to sometimes see these stamped out in real life. Is that just me? I don't know. Anyway, we like stamping, don't we? So just I've got a scrap piece of paper here just to show you real quick. Not aiming for perfection here, but just to show you, there's the girl with her sled. Here she is. She's got a fishing rope there, and there is a little fish. So you could stick the little fish on the end of the line. And there's the little ice hole that she could be fishing him out of. Does that need to go the other way? I think that needs to go the other way, doesn't it? It needs to stamp this way, sorry, so that the water is dripping off the fish. That makes more sense, doesn't it? And just for building up your scenes, there's also, you know, snowflake here. So you can imagine how easy this will be to build something really cute and really fun for Christmas. Let's put the little seal on her sled. So cute. So that is, that's the main, like, if you like, cute picture stamp set for the month, and that's called Stay Cool. Now, if you prefer to get the smaller versions, because of course this is a 4x6, there is a 3x4 stamp set as well. This one's called Snow Fun, and I think they work really well together because they're on a similar sort of theme of this sort of snowman, snow, cold, winter, those sorts of things. So but this one, you know, the 3x4 stamp sets are of course just a little bit more affordable if you're on a bit of a Christmas budget, or because you want all of the things. So the main one here is that snowman with his little hat and scarf on, and he's got a couple of friends. He's got a little bird friend here, and he's also got a little miniature, little baby snowman here as well. And again, of course, there are matching dies for this stamp set. There's a brr sign because it's cold. And again, he's got a present, and again, he's got a snowflake. And the snowflake's actually different from the other one. So again, you can imagine that if you actually bought both, they would go together really nice and complement each other. And the sentiment here for this one is, says, there's Snow One Quite Like You. So super cute for that as well. And I have gotten ink all over myself, but I have another card using the little snowman here, and I used the present to be giving to the bird. And you can see I've stamped the snowflakes in the background, and my two cards kind of complement each other, and that's what I mean, the stamp sets go really nicely together. Now the sentiment that you can see that I've used on this card comes from the next stamp set. This is sort of our sentiment stamp release for this month, and this is actually works, if you remember, last month, or was it the month before? I can't remember. In a previous release, we had the gift card box, and it had a gift card sentiment. Now this is the gift card box Christmas sentiments. So that works with that previous release. It also works standalone. It also works with our builder tag dies. So you can see here I've used that builder tag die from the previous release, and this time used the sentiments from this Christmas sentiment version to, of course, use these as more sort of seasonal. So you can make seasonal gift cards, gift card boxes, and gift card tags, or tags. Anyway, you know what I mean. So these work really well together with the previous releases, but likewise you could certainly use this standalone, and I wanted to show you, because all I've done there is just cut it out in the diamond shape. That diamond die does come from the previous additions die, I think it came from. But you could certainly easily cut out a diamond shape just by yourself. So you don't need to have the previous releases to still get this sentiment stamp and get a lot of good use out of it. And it's got these fun little extra stars in here as well as all of these versions for seasonal sentiments. And then very last stamp to show you is this sort of background die. This is called Falling Stars. And it is going to just work really, really nicely for adding some background details, or just to add different sort of textures or colors to lots of different projects. And they actually work like seamlessly, so you could build a whole background, just stamp them next to each other like that. So you could build a whole long big thing. And here's a little card that I've made using that. Obviously in the background I embossed that in yellow, and this is the sentiment is from last year, one of last year's Christmas stamps, Joyful Sentiments, but I thought that worked really well for this kind of theme that I was going for. Anyway, those are all of the stamps and the dies and the stencils from the November release, and you are bound to find something that you fall in love with. It's so hard to pick a favorite, isn't it? But I'm probably going to go with the Fa La La die, or maybe those penguins, because super, super cute. But you will have your own choices, and I can't wait to see what you're going to pick up, and I can't wait to see what you're going to create with this, because Christmas crafting is my favorite. I will see you guys again real soon. Have a wonderful Christmas.